Welcome back, all my tacticians, and that's right, we are just probably maybe a little under a week away from the International Challenge for 2018 for January. So for those of you who are looking into VGC competitive, this is actually a good way to, get some experience, get your foot in the door, see how well you stack up. And for those of you super serious about trying to perhaps get into Worlds, for example, this is actually the first step towards getting into the World Championships for the VGC competition for the Pokemon Ultra Sun Ultra Moon games. Now, for those of you who are not VGC competitive players, the rules will seem a little restrictive and they will seem a little over the top when it comes down to it, because unlike normal battles, which you might see on, like, say, one of my streams or pretty much anyone else's streams, they actually do not let you get away with a lot of shenaniganry. So first of all, for the sign-up period, it's going to be starting January 18th, so tomorrow you will be able to sign up for the competition, and it will go through until January 25th, in which the competition starts on the 26th and runs through to the 28th. Now, to sign up and compete, you'll just have to go onto Pokemon Global Link, have your Pokemon PGL account, and be able to register it with your game. For the participation prize, well, that's where a lot of people are going to be a little turned off. The qualified participants will be able to earn championship points. All qualified participants will also be able to receive 50 battle points. So to qualify, you must earn a place in the rankings by completing at least 3 battles, so that's a pretty decent enough prize, pretty good incentive for those who want a little extra BP, that, maybe an extra life orb or a choice scarf or something. Now, here is where the restrictions start in. So first of all, age divisions. So if you were born before the year 2003, which is pretty much the Reshiram, you will be not before the year 2003 or later, then you will be placed in the junior senior division. So basically that. Masters division is born 2002 or earlier. So if you're over the age of like 17, 18 or so, actually I believe if you're over the age of 16, you're placed in the Masters division. If you're below 16 or so, I believe you get sent into the junior division. So that is how the skill division rankings are set up. So Masters are pretty much anyone above the age of 16 to adulthood, and little children, little babies, and to teenagers are seniors and juniors. So the junior division are limited to playing between 6 and 11 p.m. and no restrictions for the Masters division. So ranking results will probably be announced on the February. It says here, competitive games, Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon, blah, blah, blah. Now, here are where the competition rules and where things will set up. So first of all, it's going to be double format. That's pretty much a standard for all VGC competitions. All doubles will be, how the formats will go. Pokemon must have the clover icon. So basically, Pokemon of Generation 7 are allowed, but nowhere else. You can't bring in Pokemon from Generation 6. I mean, they can be from past generations, but they must be hatched or caught within Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon. Now, for legendary Pokemon, you can bring in legendary Pokemon, but you are not allowed to bring in the mythical legendaries, the restricted legendaries, Pokemon like Mewtwo, Mew, Lugia, Ho-Oh, Celebi, Kyogre, etc., etc., all the way down to Ash Greninja, Marshadow, and Magikarp, Necrozma, Lunala, Solgaleo, Cosmoem, and Cosmog are not allowed in the competition. All the other legendaries are allowed. Now, you are allowed to bring in items, but you cannot have duplicate items on your battle team. So you cannot have 2 Pokemon using leftovers or Focus Sash, for example. You can also bring in Megas, but once again, you can't use duplicate Pokemon. You can't use duplicate Megas. Now, your 2 Pokemon may not have the same natural Pokemon Dex number. That's something that's a little confusing, but that basically just means you can't have duplicate Pokemon. All your Pokemon will be set to level 50, so that's pretty much a standard there. 4 of your Pokemon that you register on your team will be chosen for each battle, so you can have a team of 6 total, but you can only bring in 4 of them at one time. Now, here is where the restrictions really start to cut in. You are only allowed 5 minutes per battle. 5 whole minutes. And each turn you will be given at least 40 seconds, 45 seconds at the beginning of your turn to make your moves. So that's a lot. That's barely a lot of time for most people who, take their time with their battles. So you really have to think on your feet with these teams, and these are really serious competition. So you need to have a strategy going in, and you can't, waste time thinking or double thinking about your strategies and so on. So that's what you have to do. So players are also allowed to battle up to 15 times per day, so a total of 45 battles per over the course of the competition. Your requirements: you need a Pokemon Trainers Club membership, you need a wireless internet, blah blah blah. You need Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon games, Game Sync ID to register, and the birthday must be accurate or else blah blah blah. Now, for those of you who are going to be entering the competition, there are going to be 4, and these are the 4 that I think are probably going to be the most predominant of the competition, not counting maybe like number 5. And the first one is going to be, in my opinion, my opinion is going to be the Landorus Therian form. I hate Landorus so very much because of the single choice scarf, choice band Landorus with Earthquake, Rock Slide, U-Turn, and Knockoff. That is pretty much the standard Landorus that I've seen so many times, and it just really, really frustrates me. It gets the ability Intimidate. It's immune to electric attacks. It is immune to ground attacks. It is weak to water attacks and especially ice type attacks, but that is all the weakness it has. It has resistances, 3 resistances, 2 immunities, and everything else is neutral, but I just hate Landorus. It's nothing against the Pokemon, it just does what it does too well, and everyone uses it. Next up is going to be Mega Kangaskhan, because who runs regular Kangaskhan? No one wants to run regular Kangaskhan when you can have Mega Kangaskhan. The Parental Bond ability is really powerful. The ability to hit your opponent twice in one turn is exceptionally strong. An exceptionally strong normal type attacker that has access to quite a few moves, and its only weakness is fighting types. It's been nerfed since its glory days of Omega Ruby Alpha Sapphire, in which it could learn Power Punch, and the trade-off for the secondary hit wasn't nearly as severe. But Mega Kangaskhan is still one of the most powerful Megas that you can have on your team. The double fake out for extreme damage with the normal type power boost. It's just too powerful, but at the same time, Mega Kangaskhan is not nearly as powerful as it once was. Imagine a power punching Mega Kangaskhan getting a +2 in one turn. That was just so devastatingly powerful. Oh my goodness. But in any case, moving on to number 3, Cresselia. Cresselia is a beautiful Pokemon. It's got so many strong defenses. It's a really strong defensive Pokemon. It's a really strong, tank Pokemon. Versatile. It can operate in Trick Room. It can set up freely without fear of being KO'd in one shot. It has access to the Levitate ability, so it can pull up some shenanigans like on your teams if you're running, like, say, the Landorus with the Earthquake. So that's what it can do. It can go for Toxic Stalls, it can recover, it can do other kinds of shenanigans. It's a very versatile, tanky Pokemon, but this is a threat you might want to be considerate of. If you're going to run Cresselia, you have your options are available to you, but you just got to be careful about other people's Cresselias, because you don't know what kind of Cresselia they're going to run. There are a lot of them out there. Most commonly are the Trick Room setup teams with the Calm Minds, but there are a lot of Cresselia moves and potentials. The last one that is going to be, in my opinion, I've seen this Pokemon a lot. Suicune is also going to be possibly in the competition. A very predominant Pokemon you might see. It too, like Cresselia, is a very tanky Pokemon. It has access to a lot of moves and abilities. Or not a lot of abilities, but it does have access to a lot of tech that it can use for its team. It can go for supportive moves like, say, the Tailwind or the Deep Fog. It can set up with the Calm Mind and use leftovers. It is just a versatile Pokemon that has a lot of defensive stats going for it. It doesn't need to hit very hard, but when it hits hard, it will hurt you very much. So there you go. Those are my 4 Pokemon that you might want to look into or think about when you're creating your VGC teams. And I hope to see you all on competition days, and I will be trying to prepare my own teams in advance as well. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video, this little informative video about VGC 2018, and I will see you all next time. Bye bye.